Planted acres of wheat in Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, and Texas are reported as lower than expected. Dave Green with the Wheat Quality Council.
We have a lot of areas in this part of the country that like to look at, they harvest their soybeans and then double crop the wheat behind it. A lot of them were waiting for the milo to come off or the corn to come off before they planted their wheat this year, and that just didn't happen this year. That we ended up with a lot of crops that are still standing even now. And that's kind of pushed back these plans of planting more wheat. It's now too late.
Green said the average wheat planted acreage from Texas through Nebraska is about 5 to 10% lower, even more so depending on where you look.
There are a lot of areas where it's much bigger than 5 or 10%, like north central Kansas, for example. But there are areas like southwest Kansas, northeast Colorado, where you hear that there were increases in wheat seeding. So I don't quite know how all that's going to shake out, but I think there's certainly not going to be as much wheat acres as everybody was thinking a couple months ago.
So why did plantings not match up with expectations? Mark Hodges with Plains Grain says too much moisture at the wrong time.
We did have a lot of moisture. In a lot of cases it was too much, but even probably just as significantly as when it fell mid to late fall when, like I said, you've got cooler temperatures, shorter day length. So you have less opportunity to get development of that plant when you put the seed in the ground.
That heavy moisture and late planting is also limiting grazing potential. As a result, harvested wheat acres may end up higher than planted acres.
Obviously, you have to have a plant that's big enough, that's got a good enough root system under it that it's anchored. If there is any grazing, it would be mid-spring, and of course, if they start grazing at that point, obviously they're probably going to have to either graze it out or they'll reduce yield significantly. So, realistically, there's probably not a lot of grazing going on, so harvested acres may be up. Yields might be up.
Mark Hodges with Plains Grains. He said the weather has also prevented some soybean harvesting in Oklahoma. I'm Don Atkinson for the Oklahoma Wheat Commission and Oklahoma Genetics Incorporated.